సాత్విక వెబినార్ అవుతుందా అమ్మా ఇంకా? Students, can anyone respond that webinar was completed or not? Students, can anyone respond webinar is completed or not?
Completed, sir.
వెబినార్ అయిపోయింది కదా బాబు, ఇంకా జాయిన్ అవ్వట్లేదు. ఎలా జరిగింది వెబినార్? పవన్ కళ్యాణ్, సూర్య, శ్రీకర్ లేరా ఎవరు?
ఉన్నాం సార్.
ఎలా జరిగింది వెబినార్, విన్నారా? విన్నాళ్ళు ఎవరు లేరా ఇందులో? ప్రశాంత్,
కరెంట్ పోయింది సార్.
పవర్ పోయిందా? విన్నాళ్ళు ఎవరు లేరా వెబినార్? బాగా చెప్తాడు అబ్బాయి. శ్రీకర్ వినలేదా?
లేదు సార్.
పవన్ కళ్యాణ్, సూర్య
సార్
వినలేదారా? అక్షిత, వెబినార్ ఎలా ఉంది?
అంటే ఓన్లీ హాఫ్ విన్నాను సార్. అంటే డిఎస్ ఇంకా జావా ఇంపార్టెన్స్ చెప్పినుండే సార్.
ఓకే. ఫస్ట్ స్టూడెంట్ అబ్బాయి ఈపామ్ లో జాబ్ వచ్చింది. వెరీ గుడ్. అండ్ హీ హాడ్ డన్ వన్ అప్లికేషన్, ఆండ్రాయిడ్ అప్లికేషన్. ఎక్సలెంట్, బాగా చేశాడు ఆండ్రాయిడ్ అప్లికేషన్. మంచి టఫ్ కాంపిటేటివ్ స్పిరిట్ తో చేశాడు, చాలా బాగా చేశాడు. And major project also you have done, you published not for major project. But చాలా బెనిఫిట్ అయ్యేది మీరు వినుంటే వాడు చెప్పేది. ఏంట్రా ఇంత తక్కువ మంది? What's the problem? మిగతా సబ్జెక్ట్స్ కంప్లీట్ అయిపోయాయా 4 యూనిట్స్? Right. So let's go with this. I know most of the students are waiting for what PPT of third unit. Few things are there to add in that, and that's the reason I was delaying it continuously. But I will share that. Most probably today or tomorrow, I will be sharing unit 3, and then unit 4 PPT also. Two things I will be sharing you. And today, what we'll be doing is 50% of what I try to complete. 50% of unit 4 we try to complete today. Let's see to what extent we are going to finish, because we have one same 45 minutes time only. 45 minutes time lo entavaraku avutundo chuddam. Let's see. Okay, fine. So let's go quick overview what we are done till now and what we are going to discuss in today's session. Let's go with that. Fine. Right. So what last class we discussed about mainly collection interfaces, and then we seen about ArrayList program. Do you remember ArrayList program? We discussed that we keep on added strings and we retrieved by using what for each loop, by using what normal for loop, and by using what iterator. We done it, and then we have seen what linked list program we have seen. Simple linked list program we have seen. Now in this session, what we are going to do is we'll be going with one more program of linked list. What I given an assignment, only one student had given the thing that Srikar had completed that program. He had forwarded that program to me, and no other student had done. And I will be giving you two assignments in this unit 4, and everyone has to do the two assignments. Two assignments you have to do, and I will be sharing you the two assignments by the end of this thing, and everyone has to do it and send it to me. And at the same time, I will be sharing you I will be sharing you one more thing, that the list of programs I will be sharing to you all. Mostly I will be sharing you Sunday or Monday I will be sharing you the list of programs. Try to look into that list of programs, which will those programs will be there for your lab internal as well as for lab external also. Okay, right. So let's what be with me. What we discussed is that we completed ArrayList, we completed, and we completed linked list. One program is there. I will discuss that, and then we discussed what accessing collection via iterator. Have you discussed it? Respond. Accessing collection via iterator. The meaning of that is array list ni iterator to access cheyadamo, ledante linked list ni iterator to access cheyadamo. Discuss chesama idi. Iterator object creation, what while loop to iterator object ద్వారా elements ni print cheyadame, accessing through via iterator. So that's what using an iterator. Ikkada nunchi ikkada varaku ade accessing. What via iterator is this, but one more iterator is there, list iterator is also there, that we will be discussing what with respect to linked list or with respect to vector. Next thing is, have we discussed about for each?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Right, we discussed about for each also. Now what is the things are there, what the things that we not discussed is that we are not discussed hash set, we are not discussed preset, we are not discussed priority queue, we are not discussed what array dequeue, and then this complete line we are not discussed. So now what we'll be doing is, first of all, we'll be going with linked list, and we'll be going with double linked list, and then we'll be entering into this stack data structure. Then we'll be entering into the queue data vector, and then we'll be entering into this stack data structure. These two things we'll be discussing. After discussing these two things, then we'll be entering into the hash set and then preset things, and then priority queue, dequeue, and then we'll be entering into this these are all theory things, students. Ikkada map interfaces and classes theory topic, comparator kuda theory topic. Collection algorithm మీద ఒక ప్రోగ్రామ్ ఉంటుంది, arrays మీద ఒక ప్రోగ్రామ్ ఉంటుంది, next legacy classes and interfaces is theory, and hash table and what priority properties మీద program ఉంటుంది. So your attention is required here, so try to understand, because this many programs we need to discuss in unit 4, so try to understand, right? So let's enter into the topic called linked list. We discussed in the last class itself what do you mean by linked list and all we discussed. So linked list has few disadvantages, like the nodes that cannot be accessed directly. Instead of that, we need to start from the head node, and we need to follow to that particular node, or we need to go to the end of the node, right? So that's the reason we are going with search trees and all we discussed in the last class. And this linked list uses double linked list. It's not going to be it's not implementing what double linked list. It's going to implement what it's not implementing single linked list. It's implementing directly double linked list to store the list of elements. Okay, so let's enter into this linked list part. వెబినార్ జరుగుతుందా ఇంకా? స్టూడెంట్స్ రెస్పాండ్, వెబినార్ జరుగుతుందా ఇంకా? వినయ Okay, 1 minute, student. Saying that the webinar is going on. Okay, we'll go. Right. So let's enter into this double linked list thing. We already seen linked list in the last class. Linked list we already seen in the last class. Are you able to see the screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So in this linked list, what we have done is we created an object. So without this object also, without this string also, we can create what an object linked list. L is equal to new linked list. Linked list L is equal to new linked list. And then what we can do is we can add something in this L dot add of. We can add what some set of elements. One that is integer object I'm adding, character I'm adding, the string I'm adding. After that, I'm going to add some other thing over here, like float object I'm going to add, float object I'm going to add. After that, I'm trying to add at last. Add last means it's going to add at last, and add first means it's going to be added before 123. Before 123, it is going to be added. Fine, students. Right. So see, half an hour gone. L dot add of 123, L dot add of string, L dot add of string, again L dot float we adding, and after that L dot add at last means up to this the list is going to be like this: 123 A, B, and then 12.36. Are you agree with me? Respond.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Right. Now L dot add last means it will be added at last. L dot add first means it will be added at what? At first. After that, L dot 2 comma E means at second position. That means this is 0th position, this is first position, and at second position. That means before this you will be getting what? E. You will be getting what? E. After that, L dot add of F, L dot add of G means after C you will be getting F. After G, after the F you will be getting what? G. You will be getting what? G. Okay. Like that, your list is going to be like this. That means D, E, 123, A, B, 12.36, C, F, G. But in data structures, what we implemented is that a data structure, we said that collection of nodes is nothing but each and every node contains a data part and link part, and it is shipped. Data part contains an integer or float or any value that we said. So in linked list, what happens is, suppose your first node contains a 10 integer and it contains address as 1000. Second node contains 20 as integer, and it contains address as what 3000, and third node contains 30 as integer and it contains address as what 4000, and fifth node contains a value as 40 and it contains what null. So that what we are concluding, last node link part contains null means the meaning of that is it is the last node. That's what we concluded in data structure or not?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now what I mean to say here is here in each and every node we are in a position to store integer value only. We are not in a position to store different value in each and every node. Every node data part should contain integer because it was fixed, because I'm going to declare struct int struct data link opening brace, closing brace, opening brace and closing brace I'm taking, and here I'm taking some variable called int space data, and struct link space star will be taking what link like that will be taking, or will be taking what PTR or something will be taking over there. So this node is going to be fixed, and if you are taking collection of nodes means every node should contain data part and link part. In data part definitely we must store integer. We are not in a position to store any other value. Suppose in first node I'm going to store int, and second node I would like to store string, and third node I would like to store float, and fifth node I would like to store what again integer means. This is not possible in your data structures what you implemented in second year first semester. Okay, but in case of the Java, what they are doing is they are providing a linked list data structure in such a way that in each and every object can be of different type. Each and every object can be of what? A different type. That means in first object I'm taking as D, that means first node I'm taking the value as string, and second node again I'm taking the value as string, third node I taken it as integer, next I went with string, next I went with string, next I went with float, next I went with what string like that. That means every node that you can consider, every node data might be what different. It's not going to be same, just like what we implemented in C language. Here the data is going to be changed from one object to another object. That flexibility is there in Java, and that flexibility is not there for us in case of what C language, in case of what implementing data structure by using what C language. But here more flexibility will be there, that means you're not in a position to store the same thing in all nodes, same thing in all objects. Different objects can be stored in one single reference. That is what a linked list. L is equal to new linked list. I keep on added as integer, string, and then float. After that, I would like to add at last C, D, and then I'm adding a particular element at second position. After that, I'm adding string F and then G. And then finally, I'm going to print linked list. Colon L means I used to get the complete list. And if I want to remove the elements means I can remove directly. I can say what remove B. That means within double quotes I'm giving remove B means it will be considered as an object. It will be considered as what object, and that object will be deleted. That means the B is going to be deleted. If B exists, it removes that B. So what happens after executing that means after executing this, what happens is B is going to be removed. B is going to be removed. After removing this B, what happens is L dot remove of 3 means third position. Third position means this 123 is going to be removed. 123 is going to be removed. So this 123 is going to be removed. After removing this 123, again we are performing a remove option, remove first and then remove last. Remove first, remove last means again what happens here? Can anyone say what happens? D is going to be deleted as well as G is going to be deleted, right? So after that, I'm going to print this linked list by creating what iterator object system.out.println linked list after deletion. Iterator object I'm creating, and has next. If it has what next element, it returns what true. So we have what a list of elements in that linked list. So it returns true, and then it prints it. If next element is there, it prints the current element and looks for the next element. If next element is there, means it returns. It goes with next element, and again it checks. It prints like that continuously does until unless we printed what last element. After completion of last element printing, then this has next gives us what a false. If this has next function gives false means it comes out of the while loop. Right? So we are going to save this program linked list demo.java and then compiling it. see what happened here. I'm printing what linked list first. So what's the assumption that I made over there? The same thing, DE 123 AB, what 12.36 CFG. After that, what we are done, we are printing this. After adding, we printing this. After removing, again we are going to print this linked list. After deletion, again we are printing this linked list. So what assumption I have given over there? 123 delete out 123 second position. How it came at second position? 1 minute. 123 A B 12.36. This was actual list, and after adding C, last here it comes, and here it is D. After that, second index means after second index it was implemented, it was inserted, right? After second index it was
Yes, sir.
implemented, right? Okay. And next F and then G. So F and then G. Now this was actual list that we have, right? D 123 A B 12.36 CFG. And after that, we are removing it. After removing, we'll be getting this elements B3, and then first was removed. That means B was removed directly. After that, third index means 1, 2, 3. E is going to be removed. E was not removed. 0, 1, 2, 3. A is removed. A was removed over there. That means it was considering 3 means. It was considering 3 means what? Third index only. 0, 1, 2, 3. Third index only it is considering. It is removing A. And after removing this A, we said remove first means B was removed, and remove last means G was removed. So finally, what we have 123 E and then 12.36 CF. Those things we printed, and then by using iterator object, we are printing these elements. So iterator ITR is equal to L dot iterator and the iterator dot has next. One thing that you need to remember over here, students, that iterator an object. మీరు ఎక్కడి నుంచి తీసుకుంటున్నారు అనేది చాలా ఇంపార్టెంట్. ఇక్కడ మీరు లింక్ లిస్ట్ ఎలిమెంట్స్ ని ఇటరేటర్ ద్వారా యాక్సెస్ చేయాలంటే లింక్ లిస్ట్ ఆబ్జెక్ట్ డాట్ ఇటరేటర్ అని చెప్పేసి తీసుకోవాలి. అరే లిస్ట్ ఎలిమెంట్స్ ని మీరు యాక్సెస్ చేయాలి అని అనుకుంటే అరే లిస్ట్ ఆబ్జెక్ట్ డాట్ ఇటరేటర్, అరే లిస్ట్ ఆబ్జెక్ట్ డాట్ ఇటరేటర్. అదే స్టాక్ ద్వారా ఇటరేటర్ ని క్రియేట్ చేయాలనుకుంటే స్టాక్ ఆబ్జెక్ట్ డాట్ ఇటరేటర్. వెక్టర్ ద్వారా మీరు ఇటరేటర్ ఆబ్జెక్ట్ ని క్రియేట్ చేయాలనుకుంటే వెక్టర్ డాట్ ఇటరేటర్. లైక్ దట్ యూ నీడ్ టు టేక్ ఓవర్ దట్. వెన్ యూ ఆర్ హ్యాండ్లింగ్ ఇటరేటర్, try to keep in your brain that which object you want to store, which object you want to print through iterator, and that object, based on that object, you need to call iterator method. Then only this is going to be executed, otherwise it's not going to be executed. Suppose if you are taking something like a array list అని చెప్పేసి తీసుకున్నారు అనుకోండి, ARL dot తీసుకుంటే ఎర్రర్ వస్తుంది. ఎందుకంటే ARL was not defined over there. ARL is not defined over there. It generates what? Error. It generates what? Error. So it generates what? Error. So generating what? Error. ARL was not, cannot find a symbol called ARL. Okay, cannot find symbol called what? ARL. Okay, now what we'll be doing is, whatever the object here, linked list object is L, and that L I need to take here. I need to compile this L, linked list demo dot Java, and then run that program. So you'll be getting the complete list. Okay, fine. Now let's enter into another program, which is very, very important program. Double linked list dot Java. So now what happens is, how I implemented single linked list in what a double linked list in case of what data structures. So same thing here. I'm going with import space java.util package and java.io package. The reason is that I'm going to use something here. That util package I'm going to use, as well as IO package means I might be using what input buffer reader and all. That's the reason I'm going to import these two packages. And public class, double linked list. And I would like to implement double linked list in Java by using what linked list class, linked list class. Now public static void main string throws IO exception. because I might be using the br.readline method inside this. That's the reason I need to handle that exception. If I'm not in a position to handle that exception, means I need to throw out that particular exception. After that, I'm creating linked list object, linked list, and here I would like to go with only strings. So that's the reason I'm going to specify string L is equal to new linked list of what? A string semicolon. And after that, I'm taking string variables over here, string objects over here, string n, ch, and then c. All these things are going to store what? A string. And after that, buffer reader br is equal to new buffer reader, new input stream reader, system.in. I'm creating an object of buffer reader. After creating buffer reader object, I'm going to print while true, the same thing. And I'm going to print all these things, double linked list operations, create, delete, display, exit, and then enter your choice. Up to this. And there we in C language, we written what scanf over there. But here what we are done, up to this, it is going to print. Up to this, it is going to print on the screen. And it stops at enter your choice. And by seeing this, the user is going to enter either 1, 2, 3, 4 like that. The user is going to enter. Suppose the user entered 1 means 1 is stored in ch. And this what a switch of ch is string. And that string is compared with this string. If match is found, then it executes this case 1. And executes this case 1. Suppose ch value 2 means it goes with what? Case 2. It goes with what? Case 2. If ch value is 3 means it goes with what? Case 3. It goes with what? Case 3. If ch value is 4 means it goes with case 4. If ch value is 5 means, or 5 or 6 or 7, whatever the value it might be means, then the match is not found with case 1, 2, 3, and then 4. Then what match is found with what? Default, and it prints it's an invalid choice. Invalid choice. See what happens. You can see whenever I'm going with the 1 means it goes with case 1. There is some logic is there. We need to create a linked list. And whenever we are going with the 2 means there is some logic, that is delete. It goes with what? A deletion. Again, 3 options we are giving. And after that, case 3 means it goes with what? A display. And directly we'll be going with case 3, and we are going to print this elements without any iterator, just double linked list L. I'm going to print. That's it. I'm not using any iterator over here. Break. And whenever the user entered 4 means exit. The user wants to terminate the program, and then case 4 will be executed. Case 4 will be executed. Suppose the user is entered 5 means, then default will be executed. After that, immediately it goes with while loop. It goes with what? While loop. And again, it prints what? The complete things. Okay. Right. Now what happens is case 1. Suppose the user wants to create. So he had written the logic inside this do while. Inside what? Do while. Here do was opened, and here do was closed. Here do was closed. In between, what's the statements that we have? Let's try to see what the statements that we have. Now system.out.println, enter an element. It's asking some element. So I'm going to enter some element in the form of br.readline, reads a complete line in the form of string, and that I'm storing in what? N. After that, I'm going to add it to L. L means already I created linked list object. I'm adding that N to L. And again, I'm going to ask the user that system.out.println, do you want to add another node? If you are interested, you'll be entering Y. If you're not interested, you'll be entering what? N. So if you are entering Y means that Y is stored in what? C. And then we'll be checking C dot equal. That means C content is equal to Y or not. C contents is equal to Y or not. That I'm going to check over here. That means C dot equals method of Y. The duty of equals method is C content, and whatever the thing that we are taking within the parenthesis of equals method, both things are same or not, it will be checking. If both things are same, it returns what? True. Otherwise, it returns what? False. Suppose the user was interested to create one more node means he will be entering Y, and that small y is compared with this small y. If match is found, then it goes. If match is not found, then what happens? It comes out of this do while, and then break means it comes out of the switch. Again goes with what? While statement. Again goes with what? While statement. Right? Clear up to this?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
ఒకవేళ యూజర్ y ఎంట్రీ చేస్తాడు అనుకోండి, అప్పుడు ఏమవుతుంది? మళ్ళీ enter an element. Again, the user is going to take one more element. Is going to add it. And do you want to add another node means if user is interested, you'll be adding one more node over there, right? After that, suppose the user went with case 2. Case 2 means what? Deletion. In deletion, what happens? There might be 3 different cases: delete first, delete last, and delete node. So we are asking the user to enter the choice. Either the user might be interested to delete first or delete last or delete node. So that has been stored in C, switch off C. If it matches with case 1, then I'm going to remove the first node. Just I'm going to take something like L.remove of first. That means automatically it will be removed. First element is going to be removed automatically. After that, break. After this, what? Break. Break means it comes out of this switch that we are taken inside. Switch that we are taken inside inside this case. Okay. Now, if you want to, the user wants to remove the second, second option he has chosen means delete last, and directly we are using what L dot remove last, then last node is going to be deleted. Now the user wants to delete a particular node, then in that case we need to ask the user which node you want to delete. Then we'll be asking the user enter the node to delete, and we are taking that value. Again, we'll be storing that in n, and then we are going to check whether it was removed or not. This L dot remove of n, what it does is if element n element is there in the list means it is going to remove it. After removing it gives us what? True. It gives us what? True. And if b is equal to true means then we'll be printing some message that element is deleted. We are not printed that element is deleted or not deleted in remove first and remove last, because in remove first and remove last we are not giving any element, any specific element to delete. ఒక స్పెసిఫిక్ గా ఒక ఎలిమెంట్ ఇవ్వట్లేదు మనం డిలీట్ చేయండి అని చెప్పేసి. మనం ఏం చేస్తున్నాం అక్కడ అంటే రిమూవ్ ఫస్ట్ అంటే వాట్ ఎవర్ ద నోడ్ ఇట్ మైట్ బి ఇట్ ఈస్ గోయింగ్ టు బి డిలీటెడ్ ఫస్ట్. Delete last means whatever the node it might be, that is going to be deleted last. That last node is going to be deleted. Intermediate elements దగ్గర వాల్యూ తీసుకొని ఒకవేళ వాల్యూ ఉంది అంటే డిలీట్ చేయాలి, వాల్యూ లేదు అంటే we need to give some message that we did not find the value. So we are taking some value and we are storing that in n, and we are checking whether it was removed or not. Boolean function, remove function, what it does is if element exists it removes it and returns what? True. Returns what? True. And that true is stored in b, and b is equal to true. Condition true means then I'm going to print system.out.println element n is deleted. If this condition is false means it goes with else part and it prints a message that element n not found. Element n not found. Okay, clear with this students, everyone? Deletion.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
Right. In the same way, what happens here is what a previous program we are seeing something like add first and add last we are seeing. Add first and add last we are seeing. Now what you need to do is in case of addition, that means in case one you can ask the user where you want to insert, that means you can take three functions, three cases over there: add first, add last, add node. Add node means it adds at last, add last means adds at last. You can go with anything, right? Add first and then add function you can use. Add first means it adds the node as first, and add node means it adds the node at last, or you can use add last. And one more thing you can use here is add at a particular position. You can take the position from the user and you can insert a node at appropriate position. Okay, like that the complete code you can write in case one. Case one, right? Try to write this consider it as an assignment. And one more thing that I would like to share here is I went for one university interview long back. That means 2-3 years back I went for one interview. It's a university, deemed university. There they asked one straightforward question in Java. They asked me which subject you are comfortable. I said that Java I can comfortable because I handled Java many times in private training centers, and in academics 2 times I handled, like that I said. Immediately they asked me one question that are you in a position to implement any one of the util collection framework class with respect to user defined class. అంటే ఒక యూజర్ డిఫైన్ క్లాస్ తీసుకొని ఆ యూజర్ డిఫైన్ క్లాస్ యొక్క ఆబ్జెక్ట్స్ అన్నిటిని తీసుకెళ్లి మీరు కలెక్షన్ ఫ్రేమ్వర్క్ క్లాస్ లో ఏదో ఒక క్లాస్ లో మీరు స్టోర్ చేయగలరా, దానికి లాజిక్ మీరు రాయగలరా అని చెప్పేసి అడిగారు. దిస్ ఇస్ వాట్ గోయింగ్ ఆన్ ఇన్ రియల్ టైమ్ స్టూడెంట్స్. అంటే ఒక యూజర్ డిఫైన్ క్లాస్ మీరు తీసుకోవాలి, ఆబ్జెక్టో లేదంటే స్టూడెంట్ ఒక క్లాస్ తీసుకొని ఆ క్లాస్ యొక్క డేటాని తీసుకెళ్ళి, అంటే ఆ క్లాస్ యొక్క ఆబ్జెక్ట్స్ ని తీసుకోవాలి. ఇక్కడ నేను ఏమంటున్నాను, ఎల్ డాట్ యాడ్ ఆఫ్ ఎన్ అన్నాను, ఇప్పుడు ఎల్ డాట్ యాడ్ ఆఫ్ ఎస్ అనాలి. ఎస్ అనగా స్టూడెంట్ డీటెయిల్స్ అన్ని ఎల్ లోకి వెళ్ళిపోవాలి. అలానే ఎల్ డాట్ యాడ్ ఆఫ్ సెకండ్ స్టూడెంట్, థర్డ్ స్టూడెంట్, ఫోర్త్ స్టూడెంట్, అట్లా 60 స్టూడెంట్స్ 1000 స్టూడెంట్స్ ఉంటే ఆ 1000 స్టూడెంట్స్ యొక్క డేటాని నేను ఆబ్జెక్ట్ లో పంపివ్వాలి. సో లైక్ దట్ దే ఆస్క్డ్ మీ, I initiated it. I done to some extent by taking 2 variables in that, and just like how I taken string over there, linked list string అని చెప్పేసి తీసుకున్నాం కదా, ఆ వేలో నేను రాసి చూపించాను. They are satisfied with that. But the thing is, try to think in that aspect. అంటే ఎంతసేపు మనం కొన్ని ఇంటీజర్స్ ని యాడ్ చేయడము, కొన్ని స్ట్రింగ్స్ ని యాడ్ చేసుకుంటూనే వెళ్తాం. కంప్లీట్ సిలబస్ అంతా అదే ఉంటుందిరా. ఇప్పుడు నేను వెక్టార్ తీస్తాను, వెక్టార్ లో కూడా అదే ఉంటుంది. యాడ్ ఫస్ట్, యాడ్ లాస్ట్, ఇన్సర్షన్ ఆర్డర్ ప్రిజర్వ్డ్, ఏదో డిఫరెన్స్ తో ఉంటుంది అంతే తప్ప పెద్దగా ఏమి ఉండదు ఇక్కడ. బట్ యువర్ థింకింగ్ షుడ్ బి ఇన్ సచ్ ఎ వే దట్ not only adding only integers, try to add a user defined class to the collection object. Then it would be good. Okay, so try to think in that aspect, try to implement this, take one user defined class and create one collection object, create one collection object, try to send that user defined class objects into that collection object and try to retrieve or try to print. Or your user defined class you can implement by using what? These operations. Delete first, delete last, delete node, and then insert first, insert last, insert node. Like that you can do. And మీకు తెలీదు ఒక స్టాండ్ అలోన్ అప్లికేషన్ తోని అంటే ఒక కన్సోల్ అప్లికేషన్ తోని మీరు డేటాబేస్ కి కనెక్ట్ అవ్వచ్చు. అంటే ఈ జావా ప్రోగ్రామ్ నుంచి మీరు ఆర్కుల్ డేటాబేస్ యూజ్ చేస్తున్నారు కదా ఇప్పుడు, ఆ ఆర్కుల్ డేటాబేస్ MySQL ఏదైతే ఉందో అక్కడ సెలెక్ట్ స్టార్ట్ ఫ్రమ్ వాట్ టేబుల్ నేమ్ అని అంటారు, ఇన్సర్ట్ వాల్యూస్ ఇంటూ టేబుల్ అని చెప్పేసి విత్ ఇన్ సింగిల్ కోట్స్ లో మీరు డేటా తీసుకుని టేబుల్ లోకి ఇన్సర్ట్ చేస్తున్నారు, క్రియేట్ టేబుల్ నేమ్ అని చెప్పేసి చేస్తున్నారు కదా. ఆల్ దోస్ థింగ్స్ క్యాన్ బి డన్ ఫ్రమ్ యువర్ జావా అప్లికేషన్ టు యువర్ SQL డేటాబేస్. అంటే అక్కడ SQL క్వెరీ రాస్తున్నారు, ఇక్కడ జావా ప్రోగ్రామ్ తో అక్కడ టేబుల్ ని క్రియేట్ చేయొచ్చు, ఇక్కడ జావా ప్రోగ్రామ్ తో అక్కడ టేబుల్లో డేటాని ఇన్సర్ట్ చేయొచ్చు, ఇక్కడ జావా ప్రోగ్రామ్ తో అక్కడ ఉన్న టేబుల్లో డేటాని డిలీట్ చేయొచ్చు. దిస్ క్యాన్ బి డన్ విత్ JDBC కాన్సెప్ట్. Java database connectivity concept is there. With the help of that, we can do it. Now, many are forcing you to do some innovative projects and all. Now, what you can do is, if you have a thought in your brain that you can sit in one single day or 2 days, and you can take one user-defined class of student, and try to take util package, linked list, or something else you can take and try to insert the data of that particular student from your Java program into the database. From your Java program into your Oracle database. Like that you can do, like that you can think. You'll be learning many things. Just type JDBC, you can go for Greek for Greek and you can go for Java point. You'll be seeing the code also, how to establish a connection from your Java program to your SQL, and how to create a table from your Java program to in SQL, and how to insert the data from your Java program into what? SQL. Like that, many things are there. Try to look into that. And my intention is you need to use util package and SQL database and one console application you can easily develop, right? So try to think in that aspect. Or what chala burden anpiste nenu ippudu cheppanu kada, insertion same delete first, delete last, delete node ki ela aithe తీసుకున్నామో అట్లా case 1 లో add first, add last, add at a particular position, అట్లా 3 functions తీసుకొని implement చేయండి. And I will be sharing you the link on Monday, and I will see before starting the class అంటే రేపు ఈవినింగ్ వరకు what try చేయండి. And tomorrow evening or Monday morning I will be sharing the link. In that link everyone has to upload your program along with output screens. Create one single PDF and try to upload in that link. Okay, clear with this everyone? Now the students are 45 students, that means 44 are there. Have you understood what I said? Respond fast.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Only 3?
Yes, sir.
ఓకే, ఇక్కడ నల్ పాసిబుల్ అని అంటున్నాడు, ఒకసారి నల్ ఇన్సర్ట్ చేసి చూద్దాం మనం. నో ఎర్రర్. ఇక లాస్ట్ ఎంటీ వచ్చింది చూసారా, నథింగ్ వాజ్ దట్. well నేను ఈ స్టేట్మెంట్ తీసేసి చూస్తాను. So you can see directly null was there. You can see directly null was there. Okay, you got what null
Yes,
over here. So this is about your linked list and double linked list students. Okay, these are all what elements, and this is the difference between linked list and array linked list. Now let's go with vector. Vector also stores elements similar to array list, but vector is synchronized. Your array list is not synchronized. See, synchronized అంటే మీకు కొంత డౌట్ ఉండొచ్చు. చూడండి ఏంటో synchronized అంటే. సపోజ్ ఒక మెథడ్ ఉంది, యాడ్ అన్న మెథడ్ ఉంది, ఇది అరే లిస్ట్ మెథడ్, ఇది వెక్టార్ మెథడ్. టూ థ్రెడ్స్ క్రియేట్ చేసినప్పుడు ఏమవుతుందంటే యాడ్ ఫంక్షన్ లోకి టూ థ్రెడ్స్ ప్యారలల్ గా ఎంటర్ అయిపోతాయి. ఒక ఆబ్జెక్ట్ కి ఎలిమెంట్ యాడ్ చేసేటప్పుడు టూ థ్రెడ్స్ ప్యారలల్ గా ఎంటర్ అయిపోతాయి. ఓకే, యాడ్ అనే మెథడ్ లో. అదే ఇదే ఆబ్జెక్ట్ ఎల్ అన్న ఆబ్జెక్ట్ మీద ఇంకొక థ్రెడ్ వేరే ఫంక్షన్ ని కూడా యాక్సెస్ చేయడానికి పాసిబిలిటీ ఉంటుంది. రిమూవ్ అన్న ఫంక్షన్ ని కూడా యాక్సెస్ చేయడానికి పాసిబిలిటీ ఉంటుంది. ఓకే, అదే వెక్టార్ మీద వెక్టార్ వాట్ ఈజ్ సింక్రొనైజ్డ్. వెక్టార్ ఆబ్జెక్ట్ అనేది సింక్రొనైజ్డ్ అని చెప్పేసి చెప్తున్నా. వెక్టార్ ఆబ్జెక్ట్ సింక్రొనైజ్డ్ అంటే ఏంటంటే ఒక థ్రెడ్ ఈ ఆబ్జెక్ట్ మీద యాక్ట్ అవుతుంది అని అంటే ఇంకో థ్రెడ్ ని అలో చేయదు until unless this thread might be doing insertion or might be doing what deletion, whatever the operation it might be, it has to perform it, then only what it allows other thread. ఇక్కడ ఏం జరుగుతుందంటే ఈ అరే లిస్ట్ అనేది సింక్రొనైజ్డ్ కాదు కాబట్టి మల్టిపుల్ థ్రెడ్స్ మల్టిపుల్ ప్లేసెస్ లో ఈ ఆబ్జెక్ట్ ని మనం వాట్ యాక్సెస్ చేయొచ్చు. అంటే ఒక ప్లేస్ లో ఒక థ్రెడ్ ఈ ఆబ్జెక్ట్ లో డేటాని ఇన్సర్ట్ చేస్తుంటే ఇంకొక థ్రెడ్ ఏం చేస్తుందంటే ఈ ఆబ్జెక్ట్ లో ఉన్న డేటాని మ్యానిపులేషన్ చేస్తుందో డిలీట్ చేస్తుంది. In that case, you might be getting some unreliable output. Suppose one thread is adding, another thread is deleting, and another thread wants to use that element. It was already deleted and some element was added and another thread wants to use it. In that case, you may not be getting an appropriate results over that. So that's the meaning of synchronized. అంటే ఆ ఆబ్జెక్ట్ ఆ క్లాస్ సింక్రొనైజ్డ్, ఆ వెక్టార్ అన్న క్లాస్ సింక్రొనైజ్డ్ అయింది అని అంటే ఒక what thread access చేస్తే it doesn't allows another thread to access the same vector object. So if thread is synchronized, if a collection object is synchronized object means, then you might be getting what reliable output. If a collection object is not synchronized means, if you are going to deal with multiple threads means, then in that case it's not going to generate a reliable output. That's the difference between synchronized and non-synchronized. Your array list is not synchronized, but your vector is synchronized. Your vector is what? Synchronized, right? So maximum all the things are there. Whatever the things that we have in array list, same things are there. Only the difference is array list is what? Not synchronized. Vector is what? Synchronized. The frequently used one is going to be vector, not array list, because if you are going with multiple threads also, vector generates what? Reliable output. It doesn't allow another thread to act on the same object, same vector object until unless first thread execution was completed. So it means even if several threads act on vector objects simultaneously, the results will be what? Reliable. Simultaneously act చేస్తున్నట్టు ఏంటి అది వెయిటింగ్ స్టేట్ లో పడేస్తుంది. ఒక థ్రెడ్ వెక్టర్ అనే ఆబ్జెక్ట్ ని యాక్సెస్ చేస్తే ఇంకొక థ్రెడ్ దాన్ని యాక్సెస్ చేయకుండా ఆపేస్తుంది. అంటే అన్లెస్ దిస్ వాస్ కంప్లీటెడ్ దెన్ ఓన్లీ ఇట్ అలౌస్ అనదర్ థ్రెడ్. ఓకే, సో అక్కడ ఏంటంటే వాళ్ళు థ్రెడ్ డాట్ స్లీప్ ఇలాంటి మెథడ్స్ యూస్ చేయరు కాబట్టి వీఆర్ నాట్ ఇన్ ఎ పొజిషన్ టు ఐడెంటిఫై దట్ జరుగుతుందా అనేది మనం ఐడెంటిఫై చేయము. బట్ దిస్ వాస్ ద డిఫరెన్స్ బిట్వీన్ సింక్రొనైజ్డ్ అండ్ నాన్ సింక్రొనైజ్డ్. And in vector, what happens is insertion order is preserved. The underlying data structure is resizable and growable array. That means we can resize it. Runtime what we can increase and we can decrease. There won't be any problem. And heterogeneous objects are allowed. That means different types of objects are allowed. And the methods add method, remove method, remove with respect to position, remove with respect to object. Clear method clears all the things. These are the basic methods that are available. Now let's enter into this vector. Here I'm going with a different way. See, I'm creating vector object. After that, I'm taking an array, and this array includes what? Some set of elements 10, 20, 20, 30, 40, and then 50. Wantedly, I'm taking 2 times 20 here. The reason is that vector allows duplicates or not. Can anyone say vector allows duplicates? It's similar to array list means it's going to be a subclass of array list, I think, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Then duplicates are allowed or not?
Allowed, sir.
Right. So that's the reason I'm taking here 20, 20. Now what happens is I'm taking one for loop for I is equal to 0. I 0 less than x dot length. Length means what? 3 elements, total 6 elements. 0 is less than 6. Now what I'm doing is I'm adding x of I. X of I means 10 I'm adding to V, 20 I'm adding to V, 20 I'm adding to V, 30 I'm adding to V, and 40 I'm adding to V, 50 I'm adding to V. After that, V dot add of integers. So these are all what? Array integer, and what this is what? A string, 2 different elements I added. After that, what I'm doing is I'm going to print by using normal for loop for I is equal to 0, and 0 less than v dot size, and I'm going to print a v dot get I. That means 0th index, whatever the element is there, that it is going to print. After that, 7 spaces, and then it prints what? Next element 20, next element 20, 30, 40, 50, and then integer. And next we'll be going with the list iterator here. We'll be going with what? A list iterator. This is very, very important, student. Till now we are not seen list iterator. Now we are going with elements using list iterator, but we went with iterator. How we are done iterator? It's a very simple iterator. ITR is equal to what we are done? Respond v dot
Iterator.
iterator we need to take, and after that has next and then next. But here we have something called as iterator. We have something called as what? List iterator. IT is equal to v dot list iterator. V dot what? A list iterator. We are what calling with respect to v. As I said that if you're creating array list object, if you need array list elements, then we need to go with array list object dot iterator. If you are creating linked list object and if you need elements in linked list, so we are going with what? A linked list object over that. Same thing here, we created vector and we are going with what? A vector object v dot list iterator. V dot list iterator uses vector collection object, and that has been stored in IT. Now in forward direction and reverse direction, both the directions we can print. Just like in double linked list, we went in forward as well as we came back in backward. The same thing that we can do here is IT dot has next. It prints all the elements starting from first element to last element, that is 10, 20, 20, 30, 40, 50, and then integer. Up to that it wents. After that, we don't have any element. That means whenever it was reached to integer and it was printing integer, after integer we don't have any element, then there the cursor will be stopped there itself. And from that point, again we need to come back to the reverse direction. Again we need to come back from the reverse direction with the help of a function called has previous. With the help of a function called what? Has previous. That means integer దగ్గర cursor ఉంటుంది, has previous and integer ముందు ఒక element ఉంది, it's true, and this is also integer also is there, and it is going to print integer, print it dot previous, prints it. Again it goes, it checks whether next element is there, continuously it goes, it prints in reverse direction. That means with the help of iterator we can print the elements only in forward direction. It doesn't provide elements in reverse, doesn't provide any functions called has previous and previous functions. But with the help of list iterator, we can traverse in forward direction as well as in what? Reverse direction. That means as next, as previous. As next makes the cursor to move to forward direction. As previous makes the cursor to move to what? Reverse direction. Reverse direction. So you'll be getting the elements in forward direction as well as what? Backward direction. So vector demo dot java vector demo. See, first what happens? Vector elements, duplicates are allowed, and forward direction 10, 20, 20, 30, 40, 50, and reverse direction integers 50, 40, 30, 20, 20, and then 10. Like that, the things will be there. Okay. So this is about what? Vector. And coming to the stack, stack represents a group of elements stored in LIFO, that is last in first out order. This means the elements which is stored at last, and that element will be removed from the stack. Inserting an elements into a stack is called as push operation. Removing the elements from stack is called what? Pop operation. And the stack is extended from your vector class. The stack is extended from which class? Vector class. And some important methods of stack as empty, push, pop, and then peek. Empty, push, pop, and then peek. Let's see the program of stack data structure. You can easily understand this logic also. Nothing will be there here. Try to understand this. Stack st is equal to new stack, and I'm taking all integers. Buffer reader object I'm creating. Stack operations, push, pop, peek, display, exit, enter your choice. And the user can be choose anything over there. Here I'm going with integer. What I'm reading one single line, I'm storing that in what? I'm converting that in the form of integer. I'm storing in ch. If match is found with first case means, then we'll be taking one more element and we are pushing that into the stack. If match is found with second element means just simply st.pop. If match is found with what third element means, just we are going to print the topmost element. Peek function will print the topmost element. And case 4, what happens is we will be printing the object. If you print object, you'll be getting the complete elements. Case 5, exit and default. That's it. We are not providing any implementation for push pop. What we have in case of what we have implemented stack data structure. C language for push and pop we are implemented something, but here we are not doing anything like that. Now let's try to execute this Java C space stack demo.java. So push, I would like to push for 14 I pushed. Again, I'm going to push what 45 for display I'm going with, and then pop means 45 was pop, again display. 14 was there, again I'm going with pop. 14 is popped, again I'm going with display. Nothing will be there, again I'm going to push 10. Again I'm going to push what 0. Now let's go with the display. 0 is there, again pop means 0 will be popped, and again a push means I would like to push 45. Again display 45. Now peak means only 45 will be printed. Topmost element, it was not deleted. If you go with again thing means it was not going to be deleted. 5x. Now in this program, what happened is stack might be in a position to store heterogeneous elements, but wanted we are storing what only integers by converting that, because we are taking the values from the user. Okay, so now my intention is very simple, students. We come across vector stack 4 data structures I discussed today, 3 data structures I discussed today along with the list iterator. Now I'm expecting from you is that one simple thing, double linked list program, like how we implemented in our C language, like that. That is one thing. Other thing is you need to take one user defined class, and that user defined class objects you need to send into one array list, or you need to send into one linked list. Try to finish these 2 things, and definitely you'll be you'll be facing this kind of question in your career with an experience. That means 1 year, 2 years of Java developer as an after getting 1 year, 2 years of experience. And if you want to switch on Java platform, definitely there will be a question based on this. That means one user defined class, and that class data you would like to send into what one object. That means how to do it. They might be asking a program, or they might be asking a thing also. Right, so what we have done here, we covered up to this linked list, and then we went to stack, we went to what vector, we completed this, and we completed up to this for each loop we completed. And the left out thing is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 concepts, 6 programs are there in this. It will take 2 hours. Again, this will take another 2 hours. That means total 4 hours will be going with this unit 4. The problem is that that time was not sufficient. That's the reason I'm going with what very fast today. I went with some like speed. Okay, fine. I hope everyone understood it. I need a quick response from you all.
Clear, sir.
Yes.
Clear.
Nothing was there, students. Array list, creating object, adding, and then removing, and then displaying. That's it. In order to display, we have for each loop, and then we have what iterator. That's it. Apart from that, nothing we are done. Just here and there we are done some modification in linked list, and we are done something in stack. That's it. Apart from that, nothing is there. And coming class also has set, preset. 2 things are very simple, just like vector, what we have, like that only it will be. And priority queue, array DQ is somewhat different. That's it. Okay. Right. Any doubts if you have, you can ask, otherwise you can leave.
సార్ నేను లింక్డ్ లిస్ట్ ప్రోగ్రామ్ చేసినప్పుడు మాడిఫై ఫంక్షన్ అప్లై చేయడానికి రాలేదు సార్.
ఏం ప్రాబ్లం? అది సింటాక్స్ చూసావా జావా ఏపీఐ లో?
చూసాను సార్, అంటే నాకు కావాల్సిన రిక్వైర్మెంట్ తో ఏ ఫంక్షన్ లేదు సార్.
ఏం రిక్వైర్మెంట్ రా?
అదే సార్, ఇప్పుడు ఒక పొజిషన్ లో ఉన్న వాల్యూని మార్చడానికి ఫంక్షన్ ఏదైనా వెతికాను API లో, అది నాకు
సెట్
దొరకలేదు సార్.
ఫంక్షన్ ఉంది కదా, సెట్ ఫంక్షన్ అవైలబుల్ లేదా? సెట్ ఫంక్షన్ డ్యూటీ అదే
సార్. చూసాను సార్ ఇవాళ.
చూడు ఒకసారి సెట్ ఫంక్షన్, ఒకసారి నేను చెప్పాను, గుర్తుందో లేదో? ఎవరికైనా గుర్తుందా సెట్ ఫంక్షన్ గురించి? గాయత్రి, సెట్ ఫంక్షన్, సాత్విక, రైట్. ఆ సెట్ ఫంక్షన్ ద్వారా పొజిషన్ ఇస్తే ఆ పొజిషన్ లో ఉన్న ఎలిమెంట్ ని నువ్వు మాడిఫై చేయొచ్చు.
ఓకే సార్.
ఇంకా ఇంప్లిమెంట్ చేయండి, ఒక యూజర్ డిఫైన్ క్లాస్ తీసుకొని వాట్ ఇంప్లిమెంట్ చేయడానికి ట్రై చేయండి. ఎనీ అదర్ డౌట్స్ శ్రీకర్, ఇంకేమైనా ఉన్నాయా?
ఈ లింక్డ్ లిస్ట్ కి హార్డ్ కోడ్ అవసరమా లేకపోతే యూజర్ డిఫైన్డ్ వాటితో చేయడం ఏది రికమెండెడ్ అని?
అంటే దట్ డిపెండ్స్ అపాన్ ద లాంగ్వేజ్ దట్ యు ఆర్ యూజింగ్ శ్రీకర్. అంటే మీరు ప్లాట్ఫామ్ ఏది చూస్ చేస్తున్నారు. ఇప్పుడు ఒక ప్రాబ్లమ్ స్టేట్మెంట్ ఇచ్చారు మీకు, అంటే ఇన్ మై పర్స్పెక్టివ్ చెప్తున్నాను, అనేది ఇంకొక పర్స్పెక్టివ్ ఇంకొకలా ఉండొచ్చేమో, బట్ నా పర్స్పెక్టివ్ లో ఏంటంటే సపోజ్ సమ్ ప్రాబ్లమ్ స్టేట్మెంట్ గివెన్ ఫర్ యూ. The aim or the primary motto is that we need to solve that particular problem statement. And what language you are using, what libraries that you are using, it's none of their business who are given problem statement. So in order to make programming complexity, in order to reduce the programming complexity, hard code and all, we are going with Java or Python. Okay, because this are providing already predefined things. Already we come across C language. In C language, we know how this linked list was implemented, how this double linked list was implemented, how address is going to be stored, the base concept that we know. The only difference between the implementation, what we've done in C language, and the implementation that Java library contains is that heterogeneous elements. అదే డిఫరెన్స్ ఉంది తప్ప ఇంకా ఏ డిఫరెన్స్ కూడా ఉండదు. మీరు అబ్జర్వ్ చేస్తారో లేదో, ఇప్పుడు మనం ఈ యూటిల్ ప్యాకేజ్ లో ఉన్న ప్రీ డిఫైన్డ్ క్లాసెస్ యూస్ చేస్తూ హెట్రోజీనియస్ ఎలిమెంట్స్ ని మనం స్టోర్ చేసుకోవచ్చు. ఓకే, బట్ సి లాంగ్వేజ్ లో మనం రాసే కోడ్ తో హెట్రోజీనియస్ ఎలిమెంట్స్ ని స్టోర్ చేయడానికి పాసిబిలిటీ ఉంటుందా? ఉండదు. దట్ ఈస్ ఓన్లీ ద డిఫరెన్స్. దట్ మీన్స్ యు నో హౌ టు ఇంప్లిమెంట్ ఇట్. బట్ హియర్ ఇక్కడ ఏం చేస్తాడంటే వాడు డిఫరెంట్ ఆబ్జెక్ట్స్ కి డిఫరెంట్ గా మెథడ్స్ రాసుకుంటాడు ఇంటర్నల్ గా, మనకు అది తెలియదు. కానీ ఇప్పుడు మీరు ప్రింట్ఎఫ్ ఫంక్షనే సి లైబ్రరీలోకి వెళ్ళి చూస్తే ఎన్ నెంబర్ ఆఫ్ వేస్ గా రాస్తూ ఉంటాడు. అది కొన్నిసార్లు లిమిటెడ్ కూడా ఉండదు, 100 times 200 times అయినా కూడా ఆ ఫంక్షన్ రాసుకుండొచ్చు, ఎందుకంటే యూజర్ ఫ్లెక్సిబిలిటీ ఇవ్వడానికి. ఒకసారి ప్రింట్ఎఫ్ కి 2 parameters ఇస్తాం, ఒకసారి ప్రింట్ఎఫ్ కి 3 parameters ఇస్తాం. అలానే ఇక్కడ జావా లైబ్రరీలో ఏం చేస్తాడంటే ఆ ఫంక్షన్స్ ని ఎలా రాస్తాడంటే ఏది ఇచ్చినా తీసుకునేటట్టుగా రాస్తాడు వాడు కోడ్. ఏ ఆబ్జెక్ట్ యూజర్ పంపించినా కానీ ఆబ్జెక్ట్ ని తీసుకొని అది వాట్ చేస్తుంది. అందుకే ఎలిమెంట్ అని ఇచ్చాడు. అక్కడ మీరు జావా ఏపీఐకి వెళ్తే అక్కడ ఎలిమెంట్ అని ఇచ్చాడు. ఒకసారి ఆ ఎలిమెంట్ మీద క్లిక్ చేసి చూడండి ఏమొస్తుంది. ఓకే, సో దట్స్ ద మెయిన్ డిఫరెన్స్. ఇప్పుడు ఫైనల్ కన్క్లూజన్ ఏంటంటే నీ క్వశ్చన్ కి నా సజెషన్ ప్రకారం ప్రీ డిఫైన్డ్ లైబ్రరీస్ అవైలబుల్ లో ఉన్న లాంగ్వేజ్ చూస్ చేసుకొని ప్రాబ్లమ్ ని సాల్వ్ చేయడం బెటర్. బికాస్ యూ ఆల్రెడీ నో ద బేస్ థింగ్, హార్డ్ కోడ్ ఎలా రాస్తారు అన్న బేస్ ఆల్రెడీ తెలుసు. సో ఇట్స్ రికమెండెడ్ టు గో విత్ ద ప్రీ డిఫైన్డ్ థింగ్ rather than going with hard code. You can make use of libraries.
ఓకే సార్.
జనరల్ గా ఇలాంటివి ఎలా ఉంటాయంటే బట్ ఆ హార్డ్ కోడ్ కి మనం ఎప్పుడు వెళ్తాం అంటే నార్మల్ సిచ్యువేషన్ లో ఎప్పుడు వెళ్తాం అని అంటే ఒక ప్రోడక్ట్ ని మీరు డెవలప్ చేస్తున్నారు అనుకోండి. ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఇప్పుడు విండోస్ ఆపరేటింగ్ సిస్టమ్ పార్ట్ అంటే కెర్నల్స్ ఇవన్నీ సి లాంగ్వేజ్ C++ యూస్ చేసి డెవలప్ చేశారు. బట్ మనము మన కంప్యూటర్ సైన్స్ లో వి విల్ నాట్ బి ఎంటరింగ్ ఇన్ టు దట్ పార్ట్. ఓఎస్ కూడా జరుగుతుండొచ్చు, కెర్నల్ గురించి మాట్లాడి ఉండొచ్చు ఓఎస్ లో, but they won't discuss that how it was developed in any programming language. Everything is going to be an imaginary. You come across computer organization subject. In that computer organization subject also they will be using C and as well as they will be using this assembly level language also they will be using. But there they are not discussed how that languages has been used, how the devices are going to be communicated from one thing to another thing. So ivanni eppudu ostayante when you went in depth of developing a particular product. అంటే నీ ఏం వచ్చేసి మైక్రోసాఫ్ట్ కంపెనీలో వర్క్ చేయాలి, మైక్రోసాఫ్ట్ ప్రోడక్ట్ డెవలప్మెంట్ లో మీరు ఉండాలి. దెన్ యూ నీడ్ టు థింక్ ఇన్ డెప్త్ ఆఫ్ దట్. దెన్ యూ నీడ్ టు థింక్. అంటే ఇప్పుడు మీరు అడిగారు కదా క్వశ్చన్ హార్డ్ కోడ్ అని చెప్పేసి, ప్రింట్ఎఫ్ ఫంక్షన్ 100 times రాసి ఉంటుంది కదా, ఆ 100 times ఎందుకు రాశారు, ఎలా రాశాడు, మనం ఇక్కడ ఏది ఇచ్చినా వర్క్ అవుతుంది, వాడు ఎలా రాశాడు, అలాంటిది ఒక ఫంక్షన్ మీరు కూడా డెవలప్ చేసే టైప్ లో ఉండాలన్నమాట. ఆ లెవెల్ ఆఫ్ థింకింగ్ ఉందంటే దెన్ యూ మైట్ బి ఎంటరింగ్ ఇన్ టు వన్ ప్రోడక్ట్ బేస్డ్ కంపెనీ. The same thing happens with Java also. ఇప్పుడు Oracle తీసుకోండి, Oracle డేటాబేస్ ఈ జావా వర్షన్స్ డిఫరెంట్ జావా వర్షన్స్ ఎప్పటికప్పుడు అప్డేట్ అవుతూనే ఉంటాయి. ఎందుకు అవుతూ ఉంటాయి అంటే వాడు ప్రీ డిఫైన్డ్ లైబ్రరీస్ యాడ్ చేసుకుంటూ వెళ్తూనే ఉన్నాడు అనమాట. n number of predefined libraries continuously they adding into this Java library. Okay, like that you can identify which is not there, can we add something new into this, then it would be good. That will be comes under product base. అలా కాకుండా ఒక ప్రాబ్లం ఇచ్చారు, ఒక ప్రాజెక్ట్ వచ్చింది మీ దగ్గరికి, ఆ ప్రాజెక్ట్ మీరు సాల్వ్ చేస్తున్నారు అనుకోండి, దట్ క్యాన్ బి కన్సిడర్ యాజ్ సర్వీస్ బేస్డ్. సర్వీస్ బేస్డ్ అంటే నేను ఒక అప్లికేషన్ అడుగుతున్నాను మిమ్మల్ని, ఒక ఆండ్రాయిడ్ అప్లికేషన్. ఇప్పుడు ఆ అబ్బాయి ఉన్నాడు కదా దల్జిత్ సింగ్, వాడు ఒక ఆండ్రాయిడ్ అప్లికేషన్ చేస్తాడు. ఆ ఆండ్రాయిడ్ అప్లికేషన్ ఎలా డెవలప్ చేస్తాడంటే కంప్లీట్ ఆండ్రాయిడ్ ప్యాకేజెస్ యూస్ చేసి డెవలప్ చేస్తాడు తప్ప ఆండ్రాయిడ్ లో ఉన్న ప్రాబ్లం ఏమైనా ఉంటే ఒక కొత్త ప్యాకేజ్ ని తీసుకురావడం అలాంటివి ఏం చేయలేదు వాడు. ఆండ్రాయిడ్ లో ఆల్రెడీ ఎగ్జిస్టింగ్ ప్యాకేజెస్ ఉన్నాయి. ఆ ప్యాకేజెస్ ని తీసుకొని వాడి దగ్గర ఒక ప్రాబ్లం ఉంది, స్టూడెంట్ అటెండెన్స్ ప్రాబ్లం ఒకటి ఉంది, స్టూడెంట్ అటెండెన్స్ మొబైల్ అప్లికేషన్ ప్రాబ్లం ఉంది వాడి దగ్గర. సో వాడు ఏం చేస్తాడంటే క్లాస్ లో ఫ్యాకల్టీ వెళ్ళి అటెండెన్స్ తీసుకొని అటెండెన్స్ మార్క్ చేసిన వెంటనే కన్సర్న్ ఫ్యాకల్టీకి కన్సర్న్ స్టూడెంట్ కి కన్సర్న్ పేరెంట్ కి వాట్ మెసేజ్ అవుతుంది, ట్రాక్ రికార్డ్ అంతా స్టూడెంట్ ట్రాక్ రికార్డ్ అంతా మెయింటైన్ అవుతుంది. వాడు ఎక్కడ ఉన్నా కానీ వాడు అటెండెన్స్ వ్యూ చేసుకోవచ్చు అనమాట. అంత ఎక్సలెంట్ గా వాడు ప్రాజెక్ట్ చేస్తాడు. ఓకే, సో అక్కడ వాడు ఏం చేస్తాడంటే ఒక ప్రాబ్లమ్ ని ఒక లాంగ్వేజ్ ని యూజ్ చేసి సాల్వ్ చేస్తాడు అంతే. లాంగ్వేజ్ కి అడిషనల్ గా చేయలేదు. లాంగ్వేజ్ అడిషనల్ గా మీరు ఏదైనా ఫ్యూచర్ యాడ్ చేసుకుంటే వెళ్తే దట్స్ గోయింగ్ టు బి అ ప్రోడక్ట్. ఉన్న లాంగ్వేజ్ ని యూజ్ చేసి ఒక ప్రాబ్లమ్ ని సాల్వ్ చేస్తున్నారంటే ఇట్స్ గోయింగ్ టు బి సర్వీస్ బేస్డ్. యువర్ ఇన్ఫోసిస్, TCS, Wipro all are service based companies. Microsoft, Oracle comes under product based companies. They are developing the products. Product అంటే ఒక ఆపరేటింగ్ సిస్టమ్ ని డెవలప్ చేస్తే అది ప్రొడక్ట్ బేస్డ్ కంపెనీ. ఓకే, జావా లాంగ్వేజ్ డిఫరెంట్ వర్షన్స్ ని ఆర్కుల్ ఎవ్రీ ఇయర్ రిలీజ్ చేసుకుంటూ వెళ్తున్నాడు. దట్స్ అ ప్రోడక్ట్. ఓకే, చాలా ఎక్కువ చెప్పినట్టున్నాను, అర్థమైందో లేదో. ఫైన్. ఐ అండర్స్టూడ్ వాట్ ఐ సెడ్. క్లారిటీ అని వచ్చిందా? ప్రొడక్ట్ బేస్డ్, సర్వీస్ బేస్డ్.
Yes, sir. అర్థమైంది.
For a computer science student, I think that this is going to be the base. When you entered into second year to third year, you need to be in a position to differentiate what do you mean by product based, what do you mean by service based. Okay, fine. So any doubts? Ranjit, Rajkumar, Gayatri, Akhil?
No.